line is the rig expert, AA35. I'm good with the SWR on all the bands, but there's a lot more to learn there. All right. If you have a 6 in your call sign, come twice and slow and join us this evening.
Kilo November 6 Golf Sierra Golf. Kilo November 6 Golf Sierra Golf. Barry and Moss Beach.
Mike Whiskey Golf. Kilo Mike 6 Mike Whiskey Golf.
All right, and I might not have said my name and my call sign. My name's Roger. I'm in Central Florida, and my call sign is KO4QMM. From the bottom up, we got Randy from Salinas, California, KM6MWG. We got Barry, Moss Beach, California, KN6GSG. And we got Mike via text line, Valley Springs, California, K6AAS. Was there any 6s we missed?
6 Charlie Whiskey in KD6 CWI. Ruben in Fallbrook, North County, San Diego. Good evening.
All right, we got you, Ruben. Fallbrook, California, KD6CWI. All right, top of the list via text line, Mike, Valley Springs, California, K6AAN. Good evening, Mike. And is there any tool you wish you were good at, ham related? Over.
Well, good evening, everybody on the net. Yeah, I've got a rig expert Alpha 600 antenna analyzer. I know how to use it, just the basics, but I'd sure like to get a lot more proficient. It's got a lot of functions in there I've never explored. They're kind of time consuming, and I'm not exactly an antenna scientist anyway, but I sure would like to know a lot more about that tool. It's really been great, so that's my choice. Back to net control. Everyone have a great evening. This is K6AAN.
Thanks for joining us, Mike. Yeah, and I tell you what, that thing has saved me a few times when something, went wrong or something I was doing, and that thing will let you know. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. And the guy let me use a VNA one time, and my goodness, I'll just stick with the rig expert. Thanks again, Mike. Let's move on to Barry, Moss Beach, California, KN6GSG. Good evening, Barry.
Well, good evening, Roger, and the rest of the net. Let's see. Setting up WinLink. I'd like to learn how to get that done. I have all the parts, all the mechanics for it, all the mechanical parts, radio parts, but I have failed at doing it. That's about it. So thank you for being here. Thanks for letting me check in. This is Barry, KN6GSG. Back to the net.
QSL, Barry. WinLink it is. You have a great evening. Thanks for joining us. Let's move on to Randy, Salinas, California, KM6MWG. Good evening to you, Randy.
Well, I'd like to be better at using my spectrum analyzer and the VNA, both. There are a lot of things that can be done with those. This is Kilo Mike 6, Mike Whiskey Golf. Back to you.
I guess it's one of those things when we get bored, it's always there that we can learn. They are neat. Thanks for joining us. All right, Ruben, you ought to have one of these rig experts that'll help you out with all them bands. Good evening to you, KD6CWI.
KD6CWI, what do you call this? Good evening. Yeah, I do have a rig expert. As a matter of fact, I got two of them. My initial first one was the Alpha 1400. So that can go as far as 23 centimeters on the IC 9700. And the other one that I have is the Alpha 1500 Zoom. But normally nowadays I just use the 1400. Especially tuning the DX Commander 7-band wire. Actually, it's more than 7 because 40 to 15, 6, 2, and 70 centimeter. Other than that, the difficulty is digital. Operating on WSJTX. FT8 and then WinLink. I think I heard that a while ago. Some of these settings go haywire when Windows do an upgrade or an updated firmware. Let me reset. I have an issue since I got back from Hawaii. My WSJTX is not working. So what do you call this? So I need to troubleshoot it, and some of the guide that I use is the Facebook page, the IO group, and sometimes you can't get the results and the answers quickly. But other than that, thank you for doing the net. Good evening to everyone. It's a pleasure to be here and an honor. 73 KD6CWI.
Thank you for being there, Ruben. You have a good evening. And, man, you ought to see how many contacts I got with the DX Commander. He knows me. KD6CWI, good evening. All right, we're going to move on to the 7s. If you have a call or a 7 in your call sign, come twice and slow. I tell you what, Brother Scott got all the good numbers tonight, but that's all right, because I got to get to bed early, because I got a big tree being removed tomorrow, and you know what that means. That means more antenna room, so don't worry about me. Anybody with a 6 in their call sign want to join us tonight, answer the question, or 7 in your call sign. 7 in your call sign, come twice and slow. Boy, we skipped right over to 7s and moving on to the 8s. We already got Roy in Blaisdell, New York, KBYU. We got KD8BFY, Roland, Troy, Michigan, and W8CRWCR. Yay, those are all via text line. Anybody else would like to join us with an 8 in their call sign, come twice and slow. Sounded like somebody clawing at the PTT switch, but that's all we got. Come back again. Sorry, my friend, you're either QRP or just not quite making it. Let's move on to KA8BYU, Roy, Blaisdell, New York, via text line. Good evening, Roy. And what tool do you wish you were good with via ham radio? Over.
Good evening, everybody on the Tech Net. KA8BYU. Well, I would say soldering. I used to be pretty good at it, but with the arthritis in my hands and that, my soldering skills have gone to pot. So I wish I could get that fixed and be able to put together some more kits and that like I used to. Back to you.
Yeah, I don't want to be drinking too much coffee and then soldering, that's for sure. Thanks for joining us, Roy. You have a wonderful evening. Let's move on to Roland, Troy, Michigan, KD8BFY. Good evening, Roland. Are you there, Roland, from Troy, Michigan, KD8BFY? You're up. Alright, moving right along. Let's hit CR in Unionville, PA via text line W8CRW. Good evening, CR.
Good evening, all on the net. Seems like there's a few missing tonight. In any case, I would like to increase my ability to code better, so if I want to build another node, it'll go easier. Back to net. W8CRW.
Oh yeah, there's a good one. Haven't heard that one. That sounds right up Joe from Sorrento's alley. Thanks for joining us, CR. Hope you have a great evening. This is KO4QMM, Central Florida, and you're listening to the East Coast Reflector Tech Net. And thanks for joining us. Our question is, what tool do you wish you were good with via ham radio? Anybody with a 9 in their call sign, come twice and slow.
This is 9Y4DX, 9 Yankee 4 Delta X-ray, Bertrand.
I was hoping to hear from you, Bertrand. Scott will be up to his eyeballs in number 4s anyhow, so it's good that you joined me. Anybody else with a 9 in their call sign? Alright, Bertrand, it's me and you from Trinidad and Tobago, 9Y4DX. What tool do you wish you were good with via ham radio, Bertrand?
Well, a pleasant evening to you, Net Control, KO4QMM, Roger. This is 9Y4DX, Bertrand, and I am still temporarily located in Canada, Quebec, Canada. I'm here until Thursday, and I'll be heading back down to the United States. Well, I hope everyone has a pleasant evening. Hope everyone is doing well and safe this evening. With respect to the question, I have to agree with many others to be as efficient, clean, and precise with the solder that I am. So that's my issue, just to be better off, more proficient in the use of the soldering stuff. That's it from me, Roger. Back to you, Net Control, KO4QMN.
This is 9 Life Form. Yeah.
I hope you're enjoying that weather up there. And I was wondering if you're going back to Virginia, I think it was, and then back to Trinidad. We'll talk to you next week, my friend. You have a wonderful day and a good rest of the week. That's it for the 9s. I'm down to the 0s. This is KO4QMM. If you have a 0 in your call sign, come on.
N0, Mike Sierra, Sierra.
N0 TIS, recheck in. N0 TIS. We have a train too. I'll be in and out.
That was a pretty cool train horn there, Ross. Bet you couldn't do that again. We got NOTIS, Otis, in and out, Beaumont, Texas. We got N0MSS, Ross, Washington, North Dakota, with the train horns. Anybody else with a 0? Last call.
KJ5 LCO, or 0, I'm not sure. First time check-in. Enjoying hearing all of y'all. KJ5 LCO.
For OSU, not for Ohio State University, on Wisconsin.
All right, Jerry, we got you. Fort Lauderdale, Florida, N for OSU. And we got you, Bode. You're going to have to wait. You got a 5 in your call sign, and whoo, that's going to be the last one there. So you might have to wait and keep on listening. We appreciate you being in there. Let's move on up to Ross, Washington, North Dakota, N0MSS. Good evening, Ross. And what tool do you wish you were good with via ham radio? Over.
Hey, good evening, Roger, and everybody on the net. I hope I don't get to spoil the net with that train horn again. It's getting further away, so should be good. And the tool that I would like to use, since I'm an antenna builder and like fiddling with that type of stuff, is the NEC programs, like Easy NEC for designing and tuning Yagis and quads, and I guess you can use them for dipoles and verticals too. I've just started using it, and pretty intriguing, so I'm going to hopefully get practiced up on that. And a couple other tips somebody wanted to know how to get started in All-Star. I would say go to the allstarlink.org and sign up and get a number. Start there. And keep your antennas a minimum of a quarter wavelength at the lowest frequency apart. And that'll help reduce interference. I can't remember all the other questions, but I'll end it there. N0MSS.
Always a wealth of knowledge there, Ross. I know you helped me out a few times with my vertical and such. Have a wonderful day there, sir. And Otis was in and out, so that's it for me. That was a quick night. I'm going to hand it over to my buddy Scott. I want to thank Vicky, K8VKY, and Dick for having me around, WB2JPQ. Thanks, everybody. This is KO4QMM, Roger, and we're going to hand it over to Scott. It's up to you. 73.
Alrighty, thank you, Roger. Fine job. This is Scott W2BLTs, and I'll be taking 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So with that, if you have a 1 in your call sign, please come now. Kilowatt Bravo 5, Victor Alpha Oscar.
Well, at 5 station, if you'll just hold on till the end here, we're taking the ones right now. And we only have one of those so far. We have K1, KHJ, Perry, and Tiger by the text. Do we have anyone else with a 1 in your call sign? Please come down. With nothing heard, let's go to Perry and Tiger, Oregon. K1 at KHJ. Good evening, Perry. And what tool do you wish you were good at?
Hello, Scott, and everyone on net. Yeah, you know, I could be better at soldering, to be honest. I can get the job done, but it's not pretty. So, yeah, that's the one right there. I could definitely be better at that. So, with that, I'll say 7-3, and everybody have a good rest of the week. This is K1 KHJ.
Alrighty, thank you, Perry. Appreciate you joining us, and have yourself a great week. Just as a side note, whoever's keying up the VK3MCK station there in wherever you're at, if you'd stop it, I'd appreciate it. We hate to have to block you, but you're interfering with a organized net here. Thank you. All right, we're moving on to the twos via the text line. We have a few. We have KD2JPP, WA2UUS, W2AJR, W2RBC, VK2DY, and KE2EDS. Who else do we have with a 2 in your call sign? Please come now.
KD2,
PNR, Steve.
W2CJM, W2CJM, in and out.
M2BH, M2BH,
ELI. W2KJV, W2KJV.
That is 2 Echo Charlie, Zulu Sierra 2 Echo Charlie.
Selden was in and out. Thanks for joining us, Charles. We had KD2VNU. Had a couple more stations there. I had one that sounded like it was a 2 station with ELI or something like that. Could you come back with your call sign again, please?
Kilo Echo 2, Echo Lima India, KE2ELI.
Alrighty, we got you that time, Jeff. And I thought there was one in there that ended with PR. If you ended PR, please come again.
W2PNR, Whiskey 2, Papa November Romeo.
Second time was a charm, Steve. We got you. Anyone else with a 2? This will be the last call for the 2s. Please come now.
Whiskey 2, Oscar Papa, W2OP.
Alrighty, we got you, Michael. Let's go to the top of this list, and the question of the day is, what tool do you wish you were good or better with? Let's go to KD2JPP, Bob down in Gallatin, Tennessee. Good evening, Bob.
Hey, good evening, Scott, and everybody else on the net. What do I wish I was better with? Definitely soldering. So put me down for soldering. We'll send it right back to you on net control. Good day and a good week.
All right, thanks for joining us, Bob. Have a good rest of the evening. Next up, Joel, right here in Buffalo, New York, WA2 UUS. Good evening.
Everybody else on the net. I believe I'd really wish to learn more about scopes and how to use them. And I thank you, Scott, and everyone else on the net. Be well and be safe. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Joel. Oscilloscope it is. Have a great evening. Next up, Andy, W2HAR from downtown Cheektowaga, New York. Good evening.
Good evening, Scott, everybody on the net. Well, with the digital nature of all these new fandangled equipment pieces, I think I'd really like to know how to use a logic analyzer better. Thank you, Scott. 73, everybody have a great week.
Alrighty, Andy, thanks for joining us. Analyzer it is. Next up, one of our team members here, W2RBC, Randy, West Seneca, New York. Good evening, Randy.
Good evening, Scott, Vicki, and everyone on the Tech Net. I'm an electrical engineer, so most of the items listed on the list are my regular tools. I'd like to get some more time, though, on a Rhodes & Schwartz CMS52 service monitor. That'll be a real plus. Back to net control, 73 to all, W2, RBC.
Alrighty, service monitor it is. Thanks for joining us, Randy, and I appreciate all you do for us. Next up, VK2DY, Robert from Kellyville Ridge, New South Wales, Australia. Good evening, Robert.
Good evening to you. Good morning from here. This is Robert, VK2DY, where it's currently about 15 Celsius, about 60 Fahrenheit, overcast and rain as usual. Anyway, I did soldering. I have this PVP-11 3% replica case for Raspberry Pi, and I am struggling with all the bits and pieces soldered together to make the replica work. So I wish I was much better at that. VK2DY, back to
Soldering it is. Enjoy the rest of the day there, Robert. Next up, KE2EDS, Mark in Elma, New York. One of your hosts on the open mic night here on East Coast Reflector. Good evening.
The rest of the group. I'm going to go with soldering. I am a weak solderer. I think it's because I don't have patience. A lot of times I get the solder iron going and I don't wait long enough for it to get the temperature. Have a great evening. Hope to see everyone in the morning. KE2EDS.
Alrighty, thank you, Mark. Have a great evening. Next up, KD2VNU, Derby Dan, one of our team members in Derby, New York. Good evening, Dan.
Good evening, Scott. Good evening to everybody on the net this evening. I would have to say the new EMI meter that I got. I want to get more familiar with that and how to utilize its functions. With that, I'm going to return it back to the net. Everybody have a good evening. KD2VNU.
I'm sorry, Dan, my radio got a little glitch in it when you gave the answer. What was the answer?
EMF meter.
Alrighty, thank you, Dan.
Appreciate it, and you have a good evening. This is W2BLT. Next up, N2BH. Bill, one of my buddies on a morning brew. Good morning, Bill. Yeah, good morning. Good evening, Bill.
Good evening, Scott and everybody. Probably my Nano NVNA meter. I know it'll do a lot more and tell me a lot more than what I've used it for. N2BH.
Alrighty. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate you joining us tonight. Next up,
BKY.
KE2BLI.
East Coast Reflector Tech Net number 635.
The rest of the net. This is KE2BLI. I would say my Nano VNA. I know how to test SWR on it. I don't know what any of the other stuff does, and I would really love to know more about Smith charts and all the other stuff it does. So that would be it for me. KE2ELI, back to net.
Port 2, link is on.
Alrighty, thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you joining us. And, yeah, those are a lot to delve into. W2KJV, one of our team members in Homosassa, Florida. Good evening, Tony.
Good evening, Scott. Good evening, everyone on the net tonight. Scott, I'm going to have to go with Nano VNA. I need a lot of to work on that to get it to do more. Hope everyone has a great night and a better tomorrow. W2KJV. Back to you, Scott.
Alrighty, thank you, Tony. Appreciate you joining us. Next up is ZS2EC Tom over in Port Elizabeth on the the eastern Cape of South Africa. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, everybody. It is 2 Echo Charlie. Local time is 0341 Wednesday morning. And I will also say soldering. I'm a bit, I get frustrated because I don't get anything right with soldering. So that's my answer there. Thank you, Scott.
Alrighty, thank you, Tom. And one thing good about a bad soldering job is most of the time you can usually redo it. Have a good day and appreciate you stopping by. W2PNR, Steve in East Morris, New York. Good evening.
And net, yeah, add me to the soldering list, specifically PL259 connectors. I'm very good at components and stuff like that, but the PL259 or any coax, not so good. W2PNR, and everybody have a great night.
Alrighty, Steve, thanks for joining us, and soldering it is. Last on this list, W2OB, Michael in East Aurora, New York. Looks like you're new to the system. Welcome.
W2OP, thanks a lot, Scott. I haven't been on the air in a while, so I'm just getting back into it. My biggest frustration is with either a bow and arrow or a fishing rod or a slingshot, because I find it extremely frustrating trying to get a wire high enough up into a tree. So that's my tech issue. Nice to meet you, and nice to meet everybody on the net. W2OP.
Alrighty, Michael, but we were talking about ham-related. What tools do you wish you were good with, or better with, regarding amateur radio?
Well, it is amateur radio related because I like dipoles and G5 RVs, so I have problems getting the wires high enough up into the trees to string them across the yard. That's what I meant.
Oh, I got it. Alrighty. I was hearing it wrong. I'm sorry. Well, thanks, and don't be a stranger. We're here every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, and hopefully we'll talk to you again. All right, that's going to do it for the twos. This is W2BLT. Let's move on to the threes. We have none via the text line tonight. So who do we have out there with a 3 in your call sign? Please come now. WB3GTM. Whiskey Baker 3 Golf Tango Mike.
Whiskey 3 November Hotel. Whiskey 3 November Hotel.
VK3AWA.
VK3AW.
A3KEZ.
It's a base. Hey, ¿estás en línea?
Alrighty, we'll hold it up there.
No escucho nada.
Let's recognize VK3KEZ Brian, KB3VPK Mary, VK3AWA Daryl, W3NH Owen, and WB3GTM. Anyone else with a 3 in your call sign, please come now. Well, with nothing heard, let's go up to the top of this list, the WB3GTM. Good evening, Mike, and question of the evening is, what tool do you wish you were good with? Good evening, Scott. Good evening, Net Control Officer, everyone on the net. This is Mike, the B3GTM. Good to hear everyone, and great to hear you, Scott. In regards to the question, I use many different things. I don't know about everything, but I use many different things, but not on a frequent basis. A lot of times, every time I reuse something, I got to relearn how to use it. So, but I would say I probably enjoy tips and tricks on the DNA and spectrum analyzers. You know, ham radio applications. There's always needs to be tips and tricks in all test equipment, and ham radio atmosphere usage. And I wouldn't mind seeing some stuff with tuning cavities, like duplexer cavities. Just a personal thing. Hey, thanks for running that. Thanks for checking me in. And back to Net Control. This is WB3GTM. Alrighty, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it there, Mike, and have a great evening. W3NH Owen in Warrior, Alabama. Good evening, Owen, and what tool do you wish you were better with?
Okay, good evening to the net. Hands down, the VNA. I can learn it. I just haven't taken the time or discipline to sit down and learn it. So, soldering, I already know. I've soldered most all my life. So, anyway, and it says Warrior on the computer system, probably on QRZ, but that's just north of Birmingham. People may know where that is a little easier. So back to you, VNA.
Alrighty, thanks, Owen. Appreciate you joining us tonight. Let's go halfway around the world. VK3AWA, Daryl, Paradise Beach, Australia. Good evening.
Good evening, Scott, and good evening to those listening.
My answer would be surface mount device soldering, so a specific type of soldering. I see someone else has already put that up as well. Thanks, Scott. Back to you, and good evening to everybody.
Alrighty, Gerald, thanks for joining us, and surface mount it is. Next up, KB3 VPK, Mary, down in Easton, Pennsylvania. Good evening, Mary.
Good evening from Easton. I think I'd like to learn more about antenna optimization to make sure SWRs are 1-to-1 and get the best propagation I could get. Back to you, Scott, KB3 VPK.
Alrighty, Mary, as long as you can talk to us, what more do you need? Have a great evening. Thanks for stopping by. VK3 KEZ, Brian, and Cornella, Victoria, Australia. Good evening.
Just a tip for those having trouble getting started with the VNA. There's a free application on Windows called VNA Saver, which you plug the VNA in, and that will help you well along the way to understanding it. The touch screen on them is useless. And I also, what I would like to be able to do is solder like I used to. I would be able to do VK3K.
Alrighty, thank you, Brian. Appreciate you joining us. Enjoy the rest of your day. We're going to move to the 4s now via the text. We have a KQ4 GLY, Chris and Parrish, and AC4 BR, Brian and Monticello. Who else do we have out there today with a 4 in your call sign? Please come now.
Kilo Quebec 4,
Oscar Uniform X-Ray. Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar Uniform X-Ray.
November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo. November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo.
Alrighty, we'll hold it up there for a moment. We had WD4 AGF, Aurora in Pompano Beach, Florida. Is that a good call sign, WD4 AGF?
Yes, it's correct. First time here checking here on the net. I'm a technician since May 2023. I'm trying to learn more about our hobby, and my difficult now is nano DNA. Back to you, Scott, and to all on the net.
Alrighty, thank you, Aurora, and welcome to the system, and don't be a stranger. If you go to eastcoastreflector.com, it'll tell you all about the system, all the connection issues, or all the connection information, and all the nets we have, and a lot of good information there. Thank you for joining us. We had KQ4 OUX Vince, we had M4RHE Roger, and I believe we had a station in there, well, I forgot it, well, KF4 OUP or something like it.
That is correct. This is Kilo Foxtrot 4, Oscar Uniform Papa, Byron.
Alrighty, we got you, Byron. Is there anyone I didn't acknowledge there, or any other 4 who would like to come in? Please come now.
Looking for a radio check out there, people. This IRLP system sometimes doesn't work right, so does anybody copy? Anybody at all?
Well, yeah, probably 500 people are copying you right now. You're in the middle of the net. Your radio's working good. Do we have anyone else out there with a 4 in your call sign? Please come now. K4 Fox X-Ray Charlie, K4 FXC.
Radio check, please. Anybody copy?
My guess is the receiver doesn't work. K4 Fox X-Ray Charlie.
Kilo Jupiter 4, Zulu Foxtrot Michael. Kilo Jupiter 4, Zulu Foxtrot Michael.
Alrighty, we're going to hold it up there, recognizing K4 FXC, David, and KJ4 ZFM, Robert. Let's go to the top of this list. Question of the evening is, what tool do you wish you were good or a little better with? KQ4, GLY, Chris in Parrish, Florida. Good evening.
Good evening, Scott, and everyone on the net. I wish I was better with the soldering iron. Back to you, KQ4, GLY.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us tonight, Chris. Next up, AC4 BR, Brian in Monticello, Kentucky, via the text. Good evening, Brian.
Well, good evening, Scott and Vicky and everybody on the net. I could probably stand to learn a lot about a lot of things, but I guess the current thing I'm attempting to get up to speed quickly on is All-Star, so that's going to be my thing. I'm trying to upgrade our repeater. It's basically capped because it's still on an old version of Debian Linux, so on the Raspberry Pi. But anyway, I would say I kind of would like to have one of those robot suits, that's supposed to make you to be able to lift a lot of stuff, a lot of heavy stuff, because every time I get in the floor, I soon remember that how bad of an idea that was, but sometimes you got to get there to get the cables run. Anyway, I'll turn it back to you, Scott. Hope y'all have a good evening. AC4BR.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us, Brian. Appreciate it. KQ4OUX, Vince in Columbus, North Carolina. Good evening, Vince.
Hey, good evening there, Scott. Yeah, like I said, the only thing I want to do is learn how to use a spectrum analyzer. I own a tiny SA Ultra, and I've been, fooling around with it, and I learned a little bit about it, but there's a lot more to learn on this analyzer here. So I tell you, that's one thing, like I said, I've been, still processing and still trying to learn. So this is Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar Uniform X-Ray, and we'll be clearing back to the net control. 73s, everybody.
All right, Vince, you have yourself a great evening. Next up, one of my morning buddies, N4 RHE, Roger in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Good evening, Roger.
W2BLT, Scott, still sound chipper, November 4, Romeo Chaleco. 2 years ago, I bought an STR RSP Duo and a Discon antenna. I'm in for over $700. It does not work on Apple computers. I'm still waiting for a compatible program. November 4, Roger Enthusiast. Return to that.
Alrighty, thank you, Roger. Appreciate you joining us, and have a great evening. KF4OUP, Byron in Cape Coral, Florida. Good evening.
Good evening, Net Control. I would say soldering also. I am pretty bad at soldering the PL259 connectors every time I do a jumper. But everything else I do seem to be pretty good at. And I'll pass it back to you, Net Control. Thanks for taking me.
KJ4, ZFM, Robert in Deltona, Florida. Good evening.
Wow, good evening to everyone on the crew there. I appreciate everyone welcoming me. Happen to be up in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania at the moment, so I'm not in Deltona, Florida. And the answer to the question is that I'd like to learn how to read my oscilloscope a lot better. Thank you very much, everyone, and everyone have a blessed evening. KJ4 ZFM.
All righty, Robert, thanks for joining us, and oscilloscope it is. Next up, one of our team members here in East Coast Reflector, K4 FXC, David, down in Wilmington, North Carolina. Good evening, David.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Hope everyone's had a wonderful day and just staying busy as can be down here with various issues going on with the internet. So, been a 24 hours that have been a lot of fun. Anyway, putting it mildly. Let's see. A lot of things on my list of things to learn. Continuous still, getting better at TIG welding and operating an excavator without having it look like it's having a fit. Both of those things are on the list. K4 FXC.
TIG welding. Yeah, it's a little far off from soldering. Have a good evening, David, and thanks for joining us. Alrighty. We're going to move on to the fives, and I see we already have one. We have KB5 VAO, David in Lubbock. Who else do we have with a 5 in your call sign? Please come now.
November Echo 5 Tango X-Ray.
Kilo 15 Hotel Lima Hotel.
Kilo Mike 5, Golf Hotel. Kilo Mike 5, Golf Hotel.
Kilo 5, Oscar India Tango. K5 OIT, in and out.
Kilo 5 Alpha Lima. Kilo 5 Alpha Lima, in and out. Alrighty, let me recognize these stations we have so far. We have K5AL, Rocky, down in Fort Worth, was in and out. We have K5 OIT, Kimberly in Beaumont, Texas, was in and out as well. You have a great night, both of you. We had KM5 GH Mike, K5HLH Harry, NE5 TX James, in Mount Bellevue, Texas. Looks like you're new to the system. And then we had KB5 VAO. Is there anyone else with a 5 in your call sign? Last call for the 5s.
E5 Whiskey Echo Sierra.
Alrighty, was that Whiskey 5 Whiskey Echo Sierra?
Roger.
Okay, we'll get right back to you there, Wesley. Let's go to the top of this list. KB5 VAO, David in Lubbock, Texas. What tool do you wish you were good with or better?
Good evening to everybody on the net. This is KB5 VAO. Name here is David. I'm going to echo someone from further back in the list and say coding. Coding would be the tool. And I have a question if I can, please.
Sure, go ahead.
I already have the user
a user account that has access to the phone portal here on All-Star. But I can't remember where exactly you go to upgrade your account from that to a SysOp account.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about, but maybe, David, if you're still in there, did you understand what he's asking?
Yeah, K4FXC, I didn't catch the question.
You want to go ahead with the question again there?
Yes, I'll go again with the question. I've gotten the All-Star Link account created that has the user, the user account that has access to the phone portal and such like that. But I would like to eventually upgrade to a SysOp, or I think is how you guys call it in the All-Star Link thing, so that I can set up nodes.
Okay, I didn't know there was a differentiation between the modes. You can just once you set up your basic account, then you can just start adding servers and adding nodes. So at least, well, I haven't looked at their interface in a while, but last time I looked at it, that was the case. So there's not really a differentiation between the two. So just go ahead and set up an account, and then you can go ahead and start setting up servers and setting up nodes. After you've authenticated the account, you have to go through the authentication email, as I recall. But there is no, it's real simple. Just no extra step other than just follow it through 2 times basically. K4FXC.
I would set that up under my profile then, and under add nodes.
Yeah, exactly. So go back through, and I haven't got the interface up in front. If you want to wait until after the net, I'll be hanging around here. We can talk about it some more, but it's real easy. The navigation is a little strange to me, at least in the interface, but it's real easy. Once you see how it works, it's real easy to do. K4FXC.
Thanks a lot.
Alrighty, there you go, and thank you, David, and thank you, David. Next up, NE5TX, James in Mount Bellevue, Texas. Good evening.
Good evening to everybody in the net. James, Mount Bellevue, Texas. Right now, I'd like to be able to use a Sideswiper CW key proficiently.
Well, that is an ambitious goal. But I believe you can do it, and good luck with it. Thanks for joining us, James. Don't be a stranger. Looks like you're new to the system. Next up, K5HLH, Harry in Grants, New Mexico. Good evening.
K5HLH here. We've got a IFR AM/FM, I think it's a 2000 service monitor. I'd like to get to know how to use it better, to tune up duplexes better. So that's one thing. And then another one would be to be able to write this code on Linux for this Hamlet. I'm kind of thick-headed, and without Dave from Ohio or Michigan helping me, I get lost real quick. Other than that, back to net, K5.
Alrighty, Harry. Ambitious goal, and I hope you have a good time. Let's see who we got here. KM5, GH, Mike in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Good evening.
Good evening, KM5GH and the group. I'd like to learn how to solder better, but my eyes are getting worse, and the helpers are not helping as much as they should. Appreciate y'all. KM5GH.
Alrighty, Mike, soldering it is, and have yourself a great evening. Last one on this list for tonight, W5 and WES. Wesley in Baytown, Texas. Good evening and welcome to the system.
Hey, good evening, sir, and to the group, W5WES here. And I'm over here at NE5TX Shack. We're going through the W5 APX repeater about 50 miles from the repeater. It's amazing how good this repeater is. I would love, I'm trying to get his Flex Maestro C working. He bought it off a QRZ or QTH, one of those, and I'm trying to wipe the old guy's stuff out of it and get it working. So that's my goal for tonight. Great net, and thank you for running it. W5WES, back to net.
Alrighty. Thanks for joining us, Wesley, and don't be a stranger. We're every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Bring your questions, and we'll see if we can get you an answer. Like I said, that's going to do it. On behalf of Dick, WB2JPQ, Roger, KO4QMM, and Vicky, KE8VKY on the log, this is Scott, W2BLT, returning the reflector to normal amateur use, 7-3.